Thanks for joining us on this hazy and hot summer day here in the FM area. 6:10 is your time, and here in Fargo, that air quality index is not too terrible right now. We're just crossing over into that moderate level at 45. Grand Forks, your numbers have been rising through that moderate stage and rising so quickly that here before long it's going to reach that unhealthy for some category. Lakes Country and Detroit Lakes also not too bad, but check out Warroad 195 just crossing into the very unhealthy category. This means you want to limit your exposure to that outdoor air, and that just gray air is heading its way into the Southern Valley as we go through the night. Many of us in our northern counties will notice the change, and you're going to smell it at the surface. Visible satellite, we can see the smoke, but we can't tell whether it's up here in the upper atmosphere or down on the ground. But those measurements at the surface indicating and confirming that it indeed is impacting your air quality on Lake of the Woods. You can just see it's making its way through the region as we head into the evening hours. And here is a look at that air quality index alert. That is for most of Minnesota. There's no apparatus in place to issue such warnings in North Dakota, but make no mistake, you're going to have some unhealthy air here in the Dakotas as well. Hit and miss thunderstorms have become severe. A couple of tornado warnings in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. For us, quiet weather, although hot weather. The valley is the hottest. Once again, 88 Fargo, 87 Grand Forks. Look at the cool pool spreading in. That smoke is spilling in behind a cold front that's going to change things for some tomorrow as well. More on that in a second. Winds gusting 20 miles per hour, 88 hectare. Here's the cool front making its way down. Remember, anywhere north of the blue line or the cold fronts where that smoke is going to spill in. By this evening, we should be smelling it for sure in Grand Forks if you aren't already. Now, as we go through the overnight hours, notice how slow this front advances with that temperature equalization taking place. Then as we head into the day tomorrow, it will push south. Most of our counties in Minnesota and many of our counties in North Dakota will have that smoke that'll be at least potentially fairly thick and potentially unhealthy at times. We'll keep you updated on the Valley News Live weather app throughout the day. Warmer temperatures down south, 85 to 90, including here in Fargo-Moorhead, but cooler. Grand Forks 85, get up to the border counties in northern Minnesota behind the cold front. We'll have noticeably cooler air in the 70s. Along the boundary, we could see a pop-up thunder shower here or there. Here's an example of what that smoke does. As the sun gets low in the sky, the sunlight has to travel through thousands of miles of atmosphere. Whereas if it's straight up above us, it only has to go through 50 to 100 miles of atmosphere. That's why it gets so orange and red in the early morning or late night hours. 92 Thursday and a thunderstorm here or there. Friday, it's cooler behind the cool front, and it does look like we stay cool Saturday. Father's Day looks hot and spicy. Pretty good for Dad. Maybe you should let him take the day off of all those outdoor chores. A little bit warm for all of that business. It stays hot for Juneteenth and beyond as those 90s will become a thing. Not a lot of rain in the forecast either. I've noticed things starting to dry up on drives through town and across the area as well. So.
I appreciate you encouraging to give Dads a break. I do need to cut my grass some point this week, though. That's going to have to happen.
Yes, I have teenagers.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Hutch.
Still ahead on Valley News Live at 6. See why some say Minnesota is becoming a beacon of hope and attracting new residents from one particular community.